Can you tell by my walk? Can you hear it in my talk? I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. Can't you see in my eyes? It should come as no surprise. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. I'm barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. The barely cool. Yeah, the barely cool. The barely cool. No, the barely cool. Yeah.
Judah hit the recorder with his foot after recording the entire episode. So we had to just use the audio from the phone. Sorry. We're stupid.
Welcome back to the Barely Cool podcast. I have a little sip of the DC there. All right. First things first. I'm your co-host, Judah Middle. And I want to open with an apology to Benjamin Routley, a longtime friend of the show. Some would even call him a co-host. He's going to hate this camera angle right here. But I don't have tripods, okay? Ben has the tripods. We split everything on this podcast. So, you know, he has the tripods and I have all the recording equipment. And he's a little ill right now. First off, it's Christmas time. It's Christmas time. Christmas time is here. What's the date today? I don't know. 27th? Day of recording? 27th? Yeah. We're trying to, this is going to be out on the 28th. And I was talking to Ben, and I said, hey, man, you want to record? This was on Saturday, which would have been the 23rd. And I said, hey, man, you want to record? Because, it's about to be Christmas time. It's about to get busy. And he said, well, and he says not feeling too hot. So I'm not going to leave her at home feeling ill. And I said, originally I was like, do you care if I come over to record? He's like, no, that's fine. You can come over to record, but she's pretty sick. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I don't know if I don't want to get sick. So then we didn't record on the 23rd. Fair enough. I said, well, let's keep posted. Maybe we'll do something on Boxing Day. Because I used to have plans on Boxing Day and they've since moved. So maybe we'll record a little podcast on Boxing Day. Ben says, well, I've got plans on Boxing Day. And I say, yeah, but move them. No, I didn't say that. He said, we might be able to record on Boxing Day. And so I said, okay, that sounds good. Let me know. And he, sorry, I was checking the levels there. He texted me. No, I texted him on Boxing Day. And I said, hey, man, how we doing? You want to record a little podcast? And he said, well, I could probably carve out some time tonight, but just so you know, Ben speaking, I have contracted the illness that Anissa had. So he said he had a really gross fever that he was trying to temper with some Dayquil and some Advil, and it wasn't. He was really, honestly, laying it on a little thick. I'm dying on the couch. Oh, I'm sweating it out. Oh, I haven't moved. I get it, man. You don't want to record. That's fine. I don't want to get sick. So I said I'm going to do a little solo boy. And that's what we're doing. It's a little Christmas time is here. We're doing a little Christmas cozy ep. It's going to come out post-Christmas. But, Christmas is kind of... It's not just the day anymore, It's kind of evolved to be the week before Christmas is Christmas, and the week after Christmas, between Christmas and New Year's Eve, is also kind of Christmas because people have stuff going on for Christmas. And, there's all the jokes. Whoa, it's like a purgatory in between those. But it kind of is. I get it. I get why people say that. Anyway, all of that is to say, Ben has the tripods, and I didn't want to bother him to go get them. So I was looking around my apartment trying to figure out how I was going to set up my phone for this podcast, and I'm on one of the black chairs that we record on when we're here, but I don't have the tripod, and I considered taping my phone to like a lamp. I've got a post for structural integrity. I was thinking of taping my phone to that, but no, I've got it on a little table, and I'm also ripping it in selfie mode so I can see what we're doing, which Ben hates. He wants, he wants the forward-facing camera. He wants the tripod. He wants the center frame. So I've decked myself out. I'm sitting in this chair. I'm sitting in this chair, sort of halfway sub teacher style. Like I'm not fully facing the back. I'm halfway through, 90 degree sub teacher, and I figured we'd get a little cozy. So I got this quilt. I'm kind of stretching out over onto the other chair because this is not very comfortable. I'm looking at the time here, seeing that we have 7 minutes recorded, and just thinking about, the next some odd, 50 minutes. So I'm trying to get cozy. And do I have anything to talk about? No. But that's fine, because Ben will do something funny in the edit. No, he won't. He won't have time. I don't know, man. It's Christmas, okay? We were considering not even doing an episode, because it's Christmas. People get busy. I'll be on it. Sorry about that. People get busy around Christmas. So we weren't going to do an episode, but I said no. I like having an episode out every week. It's nice to look back on. It's nice for all the people at home who look forward to these episodes, because there's so many of them. There's so many people who are at home going, "Oh, can we get a new Billy Cool episode, please? Mommy, they will wish a new Billy Cool episode. Can I listen, pretty please? I know my screen time is done for today, but I was wondering if I could listen to the new Billy Cool episode, please." That's you guys. I'm making fun of you. Christmas has been good, I love seeing fam. We're gonna drive up and see some more fam later today, and then probably spend the night up there. And that'll be good. It's going to be long. There's a lot of fam events this Christmas season / New Year's. It's a little much. It's a little much if you ask me. But that's fine. I would prefer to be kind of doing nothing, watching movies on the couch with my wife. But this year, apparently, we're doing a million things. And I'm not bitter about it. I'm not bitter. I'm not pissed off. I'm actually pretty chill with it. It's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking at our bookshelf. We've got this bookshelf. That thing looks like it could topple at any minute. I'm also seeing some spider webs behind it. That's troublesome. That's irksome, even. That's gonna give me the horrible something fierce. Yeah, Christmas has been good. It's busy. It's a busy time, and for some people hate Christmas because the family stuff is hard. And I get it, I get it. So now you can come hang out with your best pal, Judah, one half of the Barely Cool podcast. The better half. I hope Ben feels better. Every time we do these solo episodes, they're not as fun. They're honestly, one of the best parts about these podcasts is hanging out with my pal Ben. And I would tell you, if you have a friend, I would say to do a podcast with your friend. That's something I would say in the past, maybe. Now, I would say don't do that, because you become competition for our podcast, and we can't afford that. Listenership is down. Viewership is up. The videos are fun. People seem to like those. But don't start a podcast, okay? We actually, they always make the joke about, like, straight white men starting podcasts. We actually were the last ones that were allowed to do that without scrutiny. So anyone else doing that, you're kind of behind the curve. And even us, we barely squeaked by. Like, we've got so many straight male podcasts that think they're funnier than they are, and some of them do really well, but because we were kind of on the tail end, that's the reason why people don't know about us, because we barely made it through the legislature on that one. So don't start a podcast these days, because you can't say anything anymore. Well, you can't say anything anymore. Oh, I wish I could say slurs like you used to, but you can't say anything anymore, can you? That's my impression of America. That's my impression of everybody all the time now. Just complaining. Speaking of, you can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. You can't even say Merry Christmas anymore. I say Merry Christmas. I love that discourse. It was funny when it started years ago, and it's still funny now. Happy holidays, but I celebrate Christmas. You can say Merry Christmas, I celebrate Christmas. Yeah, man. But I work at a flippin' grocery store, bagging groceries, and it's not worth the risk. I don't want to have to I don't want to have to put on my Spy Kids, magnifying spy goggles to try and read your appearance, to try and figure out whether you celebrate Christmas or not. Based on what you're wearing, you come up to the aisle, you've got like a nondescript holiday sweater that has both elements of Christmas and Hanukkah on it, and I'm like, what is this ironic? Are you wearing this ironically? Like, I'm getting paid 2 cents above minimum wage. My boss is yelling at me because I'm not ringing up customers quick enough, and it's the rush season. And so, am I really going to take the time to try and figure out, whether I'm supposed to hit you with a happy holidays, a happy Hanukkah, a Merry Christmas, a blessed Kwanzaa? I don't know what they say for Kwanzaa. Joyous Kwanzaa? I think I heard that recently. Joyous Kwanzaa? I don't know. No, man, just say happy. Like, who freaking cares? Holy, I love when people get mad about that, though. It's really funny. I like when people post on the internet and they go, I celebrate Christmas. I do. And if that offends you, then that's your problem. I'm going to say Merry Christmas because that's what I do. Which, I mean, if you want to take that to its logical, conclusions there, it seems that, it seems as though you want to kind of have everybody do what you do. So, I'm going on a Disney cruise, and every time, I'm seeing someone for the last time before I go on the cruise, I hit them with, well, have a nice cruise. Oh, I'm not going on. Well, I'm going on a cruise. I am. I'm going on the cruise, so I'm going to say have a nice cruise. Because that's what I do. Have a nice cruise. Or even better, someone hits them with the non-denominational. Have a good trip. It's a cruise. You could say have a nice cruise. I'm going on a cruise. The woke mob doesn't want you celebrating my Disney cruise. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny to me. I like it. I like it when it's family. That's fun. That's always I get the giggles when family starts saying stuff like that. You know, because it's like I'm not gonna say anything to them. Well, I might. I might make a little joke at their expense and walk away and go check out the pecan pie over at the, dessert table or whatever. But I love causing little, I like saying little jokes. I like being a little trickster. People are talking about, you can't say anything anymore. You can't say anything anymore. About Christmas, and I want to say Merry Christmas, and they won't let me say Merry Christmas. No, we don't even. It's practically they're getting rid of Christmas. I love the war on Christmas. It's funny to me. They're not even putting a tree up in the mall anymore. It's a war on Christmas. But my family's talking about that, and I kind of walk over, and wouldn't it be funny if I just walked over there and I hit them with, I heard this mall had a big dreidel, and then I just walk away and let them mull that over. I shouldn't do it. That would be it doesn't help anybody. In fact, it actually causes more problems. But it is a little funny. It's also funny to kind of cosplay as that, Can I take it a little further than they would? That would be funny. That would be funny. No, I don't know. People just love getting mad about stuff, People love getting upset. I remember the Starbucks cups when they stopped. I don't even remember that one. I think they just changed their cup to be like all red that year because they changed their Christmas design. That was fun. Everyone was up in arms. It doesn't say ho ho anymore. Nobody cares about baby Jesus because we're getting rid of the trees or something. This year, less of that pointed. There's less of the pointed stuff of like of this company did this. There's no company scapegoat this year for the war on Christmas. It's kind of just the classic culture war, They're killing Christmas. We're not doing Christmas anymore. You can't even say Merry Christmas. Meanwhile, Christmas music's playing everywhere. There's trees decorated everywhere, big old fake presents in stores. It's Christmas, but they just changed the saying. Christmas is just as everywhere as always. And it's funny to me that people are like upset almost that like we're adding other holidays into the mix because do people really celebrate? I've never met anyone who celebrates Kwanzaa. It's like, yeah, but I think people do, right? Otherwise, why would they say it? You've just never met someone who celebrates Kwanzaa. Yeah, but we in Canada, we celebrate Christmas. Oh, you're going down a tricky slope there. Going on, you're like a hop, skip, and a jump away from close up the borders. Quit letting them in. That's kind of what it sounds like to me. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's kind of what it sounds like. So, I'm just saying be careful. I'm just saying, who cares? I'm just saying let's chill out. I'm just saying that the war on Christmas is a little funny. I don't know. Now I'm torn because I know I'm gonna see some family who are big on the war on Christmas stuff later today, and I'm kind of like, do I hit them with a happy holidays? Oh, it'd be funny. Would they notice? They probably wouldn't notice. Because that's the thing, is like, people get more upset when it's like a stranger doing it. When, like, I've said happy holidays to so many people who are in the War on Christmas brigade. But I think because they know that I actually do celebrate Christmas, they're like, well, that's fine. Because I know that you celebrate Christmas. So you get the pass or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe people would get mad at it. I don't know. Maybe people would get freaking mad at it. Who knows? Who cares? I'm just filling time. I'm cozy though, and I've got this little Diet Coke. I'm gonna have some of it, and also sniffle a bit because it's winter time, and I got the sniffles a bit. Also, the way I'm sitting certainly doesn't help. Also, all the shuggy probably doesn't help. All this Christmas shuggy, all these pastries and sweets, little lollipops. I spilled that immediately. Frick! Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. That's what happens when I'm sitting like a moron in this chair sideways. Oh, jeez Louise. Holy frick, holy. Anyway, let me have some more of that because I practically drank none of it. That's the good stuff right there. Ew! Cobweb on the chair. Get out of here, spiders! This is my zone. I mean, what else is going on? What else is funny? The War on Christmas stuff. I can't drop it. What I'm trying to figure. There's something else. There's something more to it. There's something more to it that's funny that I'm not quite pinpointing. I don't know. Is it just when white ladies get upset? Is that funny to me? Over nothing? I think it's just funny when people get upset over stuff that doesn't matter. I think that's all it is. I think it just boils down to that, you know? Like, you're practically... Like, if you met someone who came in, you know, into work at your office job in a huff, and they were like, you know... You know, you're like, hey, Gary, you okay? Hey, Gary, you good, man? But... I don't know. They changed the packaging on my 2 scoops of Raisin Bran. You know, two scoops of Raisin Bran, 2 scoops of raisins, Raisin Bran. We know it. They changed the packaging. Like that's what it all kind of feels like to me. Is that absurdity of being... Because, like, I think we can all kind of agree that's silly. That's a silly thing to be upset about. To change the packaging on your 2 scoops of Raisin Bran cereal. That's funny to be in a huff about that. But for some reason, all this other stuff, when people get upset about it, because people make it out to be more than it is, a lot of people get upset because they think it's more than it is. But then the people who see through that, they see it as Gary yelling about his 2 scoops of Raisin Bran. Where you're like, you're just mad that they changed the color of the box? We've gone from Pantone eggplant purple to maybe more of a magenta. That's what we're... All right, I guess that's what we're freaking out about today. People like to be a little bit upset about things, and freaking preaching to the choir, baby. That's me. I like being upset about things sometimes. Traffic, I don't really complain about traffic. Traffic's whatever, because it's like, everyone's stuck. When you are stuck behind, like everyone else is going, but you're stuck behind the one slow car, that's worse than traffic. Because, like, you know that you might be able to fix it, but you can't, and so then you're just mad at this one person. That's the stuff that gets me upset for no reason. So I get it. We all love getting upset for whatever, but I don't get upset at this one issue, the War on Christmas. So, because I'm not personally affected by it, it's funny to me. That's how it works, folks. If you're not personally affected by someone being offended at something, then it's funny. That's true for the old Repubs. They love calling people snowflakes about stuff, Oh, you're upset because I didn't have oat milk for your non-fat latte. Snowflake. Drink milk from a cow's tit. Snowflake. And then you're like, yeah, I don't care that people don't say Merry Christmas anymore. And they're like, ah! So, yeah, we're all upset about stuff until it's not the stuff we're upset about. And then when other people are upset about it, that's funny. it's a little funny when people are upset about things more than they should be. And you can take that to really absurd areas, you know. But I get it, because I just tried to come up with something kind of absurd, and the first thought that popped in my head is like at an office job, if they you know, they have like their little stationery section where you can go and grab some office supplies, and if one day they change the pens from black pens to blue pens, that was the thought that popped into my head. Is like, wouldn't that be funny to get upset about it? That would make me upset. That would piss me off. That would really irk me if they did that, because blue pens suck. What's a blue pen for? What's a blue pen do that a black pen can't do better? You know what I'm saying? A blue pen is pretentious. It's annoying. I think a black pen is so much better. I actually kind of hate a blue pen, to be honest. This is something now that I'm thinking about, because I've seen artists who do like ballpoint pen, beautiful renderings, and the blue, yeah, it's just like it draws attention to itself. Oh, a blue ballpoint pen drawing. Wow, look at all the details. I can tell you, wow, you did this with a ballpoint pen. It's like you really want everyone to know you did this like fancy art with a ballpoint pen. It's actually cooler, IMO, in my humble opinion, when it's a black pen and then someone kind of looks at it and they go, "What? Did you print this? Is this? What would you use for this?" And you go, "Well, it's just a ballpoint pen." Oh, Poggy! How'd you do that with a ballpoint pen? But when you do it with the blue one, it's almost like you really want people to know. You're like, I did that. Look at how isn't it crazy that I did this with a ballpoint pen? I don't know. I hate a blue ballpoint pen. So in me trying to come up with a funny anecdote of stuff that people would be upset about, that people shouldn't be upset about, I came up with one that actually would bother me. When I worked at a Best Buy, they had a little drawer of ballpoint, office supplies, and you know, because you need to have a pen on you if you're writing down stuff, specs on our little clipboards. For you wanna, okay, you gotta somewhere, you're getting a new TV, somewhere from a 55 to a 65. Okay, I see you. You're gonna splurge. 65-inch 4K. Write that down. They're all 4K these days, but I'll write it down. Okay, 3D. Well, we don't really make 3D TV. No one really makes them, to be honest. It's not really us that made that decision, but no one really makes 3D TVs anymore. Maybe OLED. I'll write it down with a question mark. So you need your pens, is what I'm saying. And they had a drawer full of ballpoint pens, and I would go and take, you know, one for my shift that I had needed, and then I'd put it in my bucket, and I'd probably forget I had it, and then the next day I'd come in and forget I had it, so I'd go grab another pen. I got 2 pens in the pocket. Well, that's fine. 2 pens is fine to have. But if I will say, one day they changed the type of pen that was in there, and it pissed me off. It actually did bother me. So I was looking around, I was searching the store to find the pen that I liked, and I don't even think they make that pen anymore. A Papermate, Inkmate. I think it's an Inkmate. I don't know. I bought a bunch of them in bulk because it's actually a great pen. Simple. It's the really nice and sleek one. Classic, simple cap. Good for the type of art I like to draw. And they're cheap. I like cheap art supplies, but they changed them. If someone says, "Look how smooth this pen writes," I probably hate it, to be honest. The wet, smooth, glidey pens, I think, are stupid. I want my pen to give me a bit of a feedback. What am I talking about? What the hell am I talking about? I just spent, 10 minutes bashing people for being upset about the War of Christmas, because they feel as though they're... essentially, it boils down to the fact that they feel as though their religious freedoms are being infringed upon. And I'm sitting here whining about pens. Who am I? Who cares? But I am serious about the pen thing. Like, I know that I'm trying to get off the pen thing because I know no one else cares about it. I am deadly serious about the pen thing. Because, yeah, I've got boxes of them, and I know I'm going to run out probably in a couple of years, and it's going to kill me. I don't know what I'm going to do when those pens are gone. Because they're getting harder and harder to find. I'm sure there's warehouses of them somewhere. But I don't know. That kind of adds some context, eh? to who I am as a person that I just spent a good 5 minutes complaining about pens. I gotta go. Do I have one on me? I do. Let's see. I have both, actually. I have the new version as well, and I haven't really fricked around with it. So it's the oh no, most of the text is worn off because I've had these ones in my pocket for a while. But I'm pretty sure, assuming that it's the same, it's the Papermate Right Bros in wait, can I get it? Can I see it in the light? That's all scratched off. I think the new one is the Papermate Right Bros 1.0, and it's a little thicker. And you know what? I've had it in my pocket for a bit. So this is my boy. This is my favorite. This is like classic sleek pen. You know, it's the 1.0 mil. That's the other thing. They make a 0.8, and I don't care for the 0.8. It's just, you'll see these pens flipping everywhere, and they're just nice to have. I love these pens, and I was looking at getting a whole bunch of them a couple years ago, and that's when the writing was in the sand that these things were going to be gone soon, and they were kind of, I was seeing these everywhere, and this was the new Right Bros. I think this is the new hot item for Papermate, trying to go a little classy or whatever. So it's got like a little bit of a thicker cap, but then it's ugly. Still goes to this point, and I hate that. I hate that it goes to this little point. The sleekness of this that goes, that's good. That's good stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? That's nice. This, it goes. Well, first off, holy frick, I just threw it. It goes to this much smaller little tip. That kind of pisses me off. And then it goes fat to this slope, this decline, this shrink there is not nice. But I will say, it looks like the head of a penguin. It pisses me off. I don't know. Does that it looks like a stupid bird or something? I will say, though, if I don't look at it and I'm just looking kind of up here, I don't hate this. It writes about the same, but I don't know. Just the body of it kind of pisses me off. It's less efficient. Like, I know that this isn't full of ink. It's just air in there. So maybe it's more ergonomic. I don't know. But it probably is harder to make than these, and it feels a little flimsier. It feels a little cheaper. You hear that thin, gross plastic? This is flipping. This will last forever. This thing is flipping perfect. So I don't know. I might be able to make the switch, but it does kind of piss me off still. And that's not a joke. This is not a bit. This is not me. This is not me just doing this for the podcast. Like, this is my brain. Is genuinely, like, I will think about this forever. It doesn't even close properly. Oh, no, this is perfect. This is what I'm talking about. But, that's the same guy who just ranted making fun of people who are upset on the war on Christmas. Is the freak who cares about pens. Anyway, my wife just got back from grocery shopping. I just ranted about people getting mad on the war on Christmas, about how funny that is, and then I was like, isn't it funny when people are upset about things that doesn't bother you? And I tried to come up with a potential situation where that would happen, and I came up with your office changes color of pens from black to blue, and then I realized, no, that actually would piss me off, and then it would bother you, right? And then I just ranted about how Papermate changed their Right Bros pen to this thing, and anyway, it just recontextualizes the whole, isn't it funny to make fun of other people for being upset about stuff? But I care deeply about pens. And let me tell you, frick a Bic, dude. I hate a Bic pen. Stupid. There's not a Bic pen I've ever used that I was like, that's nice. I hate Bic. Bic lighters, now that's what I'm talking about. Stick to lighters, Bic. But pens? No. Why are you trying to get in the pen game when Papermate's crushing you? When Papermate's on top of the world? I don't know. But yeah, okay, there we go. That's another thing I'm really anal about, is I love lighters. I love playing with a lighter, like a cheap little gas station lighter. But if anyone gives me crap that's not a Bic lighter, it's like one of the, it's got the little push button, that's all you do. There's no wheel. Holy frick, are you stupid? I'll gag. That's so gross. I hate those things. But a Bic lighter where you take the child safety ring off, oh my gosh, that's awesome. That's one of the best. That and a pen are the two best fidget toys in the world. You kids at home, fidget with a lighter. Go get a lighter and fidget with it and burn your house down. Yeah, I don't know. What am I talking about here? 36 minutes in, and I've talked about the war on Christmas and pens. I got this sick jacket. Maddie got me this jacket, Carhartt jacket. It's awesome. It's very cool. I got a medium. So in t-shirts and hoodies, I'm a big, large or XL large. A big, large or an XL guy. Large or extra large for me. I love the baggy look of hoodies and t-shirts, and not just pardon the yawn, and not just the look. I like the feel. I like how it feels on the bod, and so because of that, jackets are a little iffy, because I am technically, my size is a medium, but I wear bigger t-shirts and bigger hoodies. Now, jackets, mostly I wear a medium, but then that's a risk, because sometimes it's a little tight if I wear the jacket over a hoodie. Like if we're talking like a jean denim jacket, like a Levi's jacket, a trucker jacket, as they say. Sometimes it's a little tight. And so I wanted this Carhartt jacket because I'm a working boy. Blue-collar boy. I'm in the tattoo trade, working like I got soft hands, brother, or whatever. So I wanted this Carhartt chore jacket, and I got a medium. She got me a medium for Christmas, and it's a little big. I get it, because I'm not a 6'4", 280 ripped dude who's working in the field. So maybe the sizing is, I could probably fit a small, and it would probably be fine. Like the medium fits me like some of my large jackets fit me. It compared to my like medium, trucker jackets, it's crazy. Although, to be fair, different kind of jacket. So, I mean, you can wear, like, I think the traditional use of a chore jacket is a little longer. Kind of goes a little bit past the hips a bit. Or maybe not past the hips, maybe past the waist. But it drops a bit, compared to like a trucker jacket. But this one, Maddie, I put it on, and Maddie was like, "You look like a kid wearing their dad's coat." And I was like, "What the hell?" I thought I looked slick. I thought I looked awesome. I had like a hoodie on. I was wearing like black jeans, black hoodie, black beanie, and then you just wear some boots and you throw the Carhartt on for that little like that nice shade of brown over top of all that black. Like, it's kind of cool. And I get you look like a kid wearing their dad's jacket. You bought me the jacket. Should I return it? No, I look sick. And it's all stiff. Right now, it's all this stiff flipping canvas or whatever it's made out of, and I'm excited to break that in. I'm still holding these pens. Oh, shove those back in the pocket. All three of them. 3 pens. What the heck is going on over there? Have some more DC. But yeah, I will say this, okay? Carhartt's kind of had a resurgence. I don't want to say that I'm ahead of the style game, like, but I am. I am ahead of trends and styles so much more. Did you just laugh? I am. I've wanted a Carhartt jacket ever since I first saw Interstellar when it came out. Be-
You're still wearing skinny jeans.
My wife said I'm still wearing skinny jeans. Yeah, because I know they're coming back. They're gonna be back in a year or two. I swear to God. They already kind of are back. With that Y2K flipping trends. Anyway, I am ahead of the style game. I can read the tea leaves in a way that, well, no, it's not even that I'm ahead of trends. I just have personal style of things that I like, and they happen to come into style after I like them. Now, the issue is I don't have the type of money to actually be ahead of the style game. So, because the people in my life, when I have an idea for something of, oh, I would love to have this, normally when it's not in style yet, people go, you are not spending that kind of money on this item because that's stupid.
Even if it's in style, I wouldn't say that.
My wife said even if it's in style, she would say not to spend the money. Yeah, but okay, hear me out.
Money.
When I first saw Interstellar, I wanted a Carhartt chore jacket because that's what Murph wears. She wears the flippin'. She's got one of them. Now, what's his face? Coop has one too, but his is like, I think it's the Detroit. I think it's classic like Duck Detroit, with the zipper, and I liked it. I thought it was cool, but the buttons and the pockets on the chore jacket that Murph has in Interstellar, I was like, holy frick, that's awesome. So when I saw that movie, like pretty much ever since then, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a cool looking jacket. Now Carhartt has had a huge uptick since then, like in the years since Interstellar. But I'm telling you, I've had my eye on it for a while. You know, they've grown so much that they've got their Carhartt working. Well, they've kind of always had Carhartt work in progress, and Carhartt's kind of always come in waves. Like I'm not going to sit here and be like Carhartt was a nothing company, and I saw it before. Like they've always kind of been in the trend, but they're probably the most, in my opinion, the most at the forefront in culture than they've ever been right now, or like even 6 months ago. So that's one thing. But the problem is when I first really wanted it, I couldn't justify buying the jacket because I didn't have the money at the time, and then they blew up, and so then I was like kind of torn. Do I still get the jacket or what? But another yawn. But it's Christmas time is here. I've had it on the old birthday and Christmas list for a couple of years, and Maddie got it for me this year, and I'm very stoked about it. So I'll show it off in a sec. But the other thing that I'm ahead of the style game is Uggs. When I was in elementary school and high school, when Uggs started hitting the North Americas, and maybe they existed before then, but to me, I think that was it. With like the Snooki and the Jersey Shore, and all the kids wanted Uggs. And it'd be the tall boot, everyone wanted the tall Ugg boot, and no one took care of them. And growing up in like small town Ontario, wintertime, girls would wear them and they'd get covered in flipping salt stains and look just the rattiest. They would look awful. And so then, into high school, Uggs bad. Everyone hates Uggs, whatever. But they're coming back, and I was already on the train before they were coming back. I had a pair of Uggs I was looking at. Now, to be fair, I don't want to get into the whole Australian-made Uggs debate, but the Ugg brand that probably in North America is trash, and I'm pretty sure they're owned by Dockers or Skechers or whatever the heck they're owned by, and they suck because they're not made in Australia, and they tried to sue for patent or copyright on the name Ugg, even though it's like just a name for a shoe in Australia. So I think that's lame, and I think they're lame. So instead, I was looking at, for ages I've been looking at Australian-made Uggs, real sheepskin Uggs made in Australia. And then they started coming back. Now, not exactly the same styles have been coming back. There was the short boot was in, the really shorty boot, like this tall. Now it's the Ugg slippers, the Tasmans. Those are flipping. I just saw a TikTok of like a 13-year-old girl open one of those and like screaming, tears running down her face as she got these Tasman Uggs. And I'm like, oh, just wait. Give it 4 years and you're going to look back with disgust that you ever put those on. Now, here's where personal style comes into play. Because as the Uggs move out of fashion again, which they surely will in a few years, I will be wearing my Uggs strong. And I will be continuing to wear them. And it doesn't matter. I love them. I think they're awesome. I also think Crocs I was late on. I'll say that. I hated Crocs for a while. But they're so ugly that they work. And Crocs I was late on. I'll admit that. But Crocs, I mean, if those go out of style, I don't think Crocs will go out of style at this point, though. Because they are, like, people, they were never, like, in. Everyone knows that they're ugly. But they wear them because they're comfortable. And it's funny that they're ugly. So I don't know if those will go out of style. They might, not be in every single mall in a couple of years, but I think they're here to stay. But Uggs, those are I think they might die again, but I'm gonna be wearing mine because I ordered some. That's what all this was leading up to, is I ordered some Uggs finally, with some Christmas money, and I also got some slippers. And you know what? Ultimately, all of this is what I'm saying is it's okay, in fact, encouraged and good to have personal style, even if people don't agree with you, even if your wife doesn't agree with you, even if your wife says, Uggs, what are you talking about, Uggs? That's weird. You're not going to wear Uggs, Judah. You shouldn't buy Uggs. Crocs, stupid. You shouldn't buy Crocs. Well, let me tell you who has a pair of Uggs in the Uggs order, who got some Crocs and wears them all the dang time, okay?
Look,
My wife does, and she's going to try and back herself up on this podcast, but it's not happening. It's not. I'm going to seat myself in a position of power because she is unable to
buy things because they're not in style.
They can't hear you. She doesn't tell me not to buy things because they're not in style. She tells me not to buy things because I have the habit of buying things.
They sit and sit.
And then they sit and sit and sit. I don't do anything with the things I purchase. What have I purchased?
Look in the freezer.
What's in the freezer?
Those dumb natural toothbrushes that you had to have.
Oh, well, hold up.
That you never once used.
I have used them.
No, you have not.
Yes, I have.
When? 2 years ago?
When I first got them.
Yeah.
She's talking about a miswak, okay? Or a miswak. I don't know how to pronounce it. I bought a pack. I bought a few.
No, you have so many other things, babe. The PS4.
I didn't buy the PS4.
The Switch.
I didn't buy that either. She's yelling at me about all this stuff I didn't even buy. Given to me as little gifts. Given to me as little gifts. And I didn't buy them. The stuff that I buy, I use, even if it takes a while for me to use them. Okay? Anyway, we're not talking about things to use. We're talking about personal style. We're not talking about whether or not I play the guitar I bought, okay? Which I do. We're talking about buying into trends. Now, did I need 3 pairs of Uggs? No. That's fair. That is fair. Overconsumption, my wife said. No. It's just for different styles and different...
Well, you didn't get 3 pairs, you got 2.
I have 3 pairs. I have 3 pairs of Uggs. Or Crocs, sorry. Did I say Uggs? Have I been saying Uggs this whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, Crocs. I don't know if I...
3 pairs of Crocs.
I do not need 3 pairs of Crocs.
Wear them at all.
I do! I wear 2...
Wear 1 pair.
No, I wear all 3 now, because I have them in different locations. So I have my pairs of Crocs as slippers in various locations. One I wear out, and these are kind of my main Crocs. But I do have Crocs that I wear in other locations as slippers. So.
The other thing you had to have was those North Face slippers. You rarely wear those.
Look.
You know I'm right. Just so people don't get you clothes.
Why is my wife yelling at me on my podcast?
Because
I do wear them. The problem is I have things. I have too good to use syndrome. So I buy, especially with shoes. shoes that it can be used as shoes or slippers. I have this problem where I'm like, well, I want that to be slippers, so I'm not going to wear them out of the house. But I do also really want to wear them out of the house, but I don't want them to get wrecked. I don't want my stuff to get worn, which is a shame, but that's how my brain works. Or if there's even a mild inconvenience to using the item, then I probably would be less inclined to do so. Oh my gosh. I should have been lying like this the whole time, just staring up at this light. This is enchanting. Anyways, guys, have your own personal style, okay? Even if you don't really wear the stuff that you buy, okay? It's fine every now and again to buy something and not wear it. Okay?
Why do you sound like that?
Because I'm flipped over and my nose is a little giggles stuffed by doing it. I'll get the little stuffed. Anyway, guys, that's been the Barely Cool podcast. I managed to make a solo podcast work. It didn't even feel that stressful. It felt a little stressful. I know I could never do this alone every week. Ben, I hope you feel better. Sorry about this insane camera angle. But we'll be back soon, okay? Hopefully. And maybe I'll be wearing some Uggs.
Probably not.
Catch you on the flip side. Bye!
I've been barely cool for a while, cool with a wink or a smile, but I'm cooler than you are with or without us. I've started, and this is really hard for me. Well, I'll stop myself if nobody else does.
I hit it with my foot when I stopped it.
Alright, so.
Yeah.